I didn't believe in monsters, not ghosts, not demons, not anything that goes bump in the night, until I checked my security camera footage and saw that someone was walking through my house while I was asleep. It started with something small, something easy to explain away. I would wake up in the morning, and things weren't where I remembered leaving them. A chair slightly pulled out from the table, a cabinet door cracked open, lights turned off, that I was sure I'd left on. At first, I blamed myself. I told myself I was tired, overworked, sleepwalking maybe. But then, the noises started. Every night, around 3 in the morning, I would wake up suddenly, not from a dream, not from a sound, just awake, heart racing, the house completely silent, too silent. I would lie there in the dark, listening, waiting for something to happen. Nothing ever did, and somehow, that was worse. I live alone. No roommates, no pets, no neighbors close enough to hear anything. Just me, and an old 2-story house I bought cheap because no one else wanted it. They said it had history. I didn't ask what kind. One morning, I noticed something that made my stomach drop. Mud, fresh mud, right by the back door. Footprints, bare footprints, leading from the door into my kitchen and stopping right in front of my bedroom. I stood there for a long time, trying to think logically. Maybe someone broke in and left. Maybe I'd stepped in something outside and forgotten. But deep down, I knew. Those footprints were not mine. That same day, I installed security cameras. One in the living room, one in the kitchen, one pointed down the hallway toward my bedroom. I told myself it was for peace of mind. But the truth was, I was scared. The first night, nothing happened. The second night, nothing happened. By the third night, I started to feel ridiculous. Maybe I was imagining everything. Maybe fear had gotten into my head and refused to leave. I went to bed early that night, locked my bedroom door, and slept. The next morning, I checked the footage. Nothing unusual, just hours of empty rooms, still frames, silence, until 3:07 a.m. The living room camera flickered, just for a second. Then the image returned, and someone was standing there. They were tall, too tall, their head nearly brushing the ceiling, completely naked, skin pale, almost gray. No face, just a smooth, empty surface where eyes and mouth should have been. I felt sick. My hands shook as I watched. The figure stood completely still, for almost a full minute, then it tilted its head, slowly, as if listening. The timestamp changed. 3:09 a.m. The figure moved, not walking, gliding, across the living room floor, straight toward the hallway, straight toward my bedroom. I checked the hallway camera. My breath caught in my throat. The figure stood directly outside my door, my locked door, its head lowered, as if it knew exactly where I was sleeping. It raised one long arm and knocked, once, softly. I slammed my laptop shut. I couldn't watch anymore. I told myself it wasn't real, that it had to be a glitch, a prank, a nightmare caught on camera. But I knew better, because I remembered something. That night, I had woken up at 3:07 a.m., heart racing, for no reason at all. I didn't sleep the next night. I stayed awake in my bedroom with the lights on. Door locked, knife on the nightstand, camera app open on my phone, watching the feeds in real time, 3:06 a.m. Nothing, 3:07 a.m. The living room feed glitched. My stomach dropped. It was back, standing in the exact same spot, facing the hallway, waiting. I watched as it moved again, gliding, silent. When it reached my door, it stopped. And this time, it spoke. Not out loud, not with a mouth. The sound came directly through the camera, through my phone, into my head. "You're awake tonight," I screamed. The lights flickered. The cameras went black. When they came back on, the hallway was empty. My door was still locked. Nothing had touched it. Nothing had forced its way in. I stayed in that room until sunrise. Then I packed a bag. I left the house. I didn't go back for 3 days. When I finally returned, the house was spotless, cleaner than I'd ever left it. No footprints, no mud, no signs of anyone else, except for one thing: a note, on my bed, written in shaky handwriting. You weren't supposed to watch. I sold the house a week later. Didn't tell the buyers anything. Didn't explain the price. I just wanted out. Last night, in my new apartment, I woke up suddenly, at 3:07 a.m. My phone buzzed. A notification from an app I deleted weeks ago. Security camera alert, motion detected. I don't own cameras anymore, but the video was already playing. It showed a dark room, a familiar hallway, and my old bedroom door, locked, and something standing outside it, listening, waiting. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to FearFeed because the next one is already watching you.